help, right? Club head speed can transfer to more ball speed if we catch it more in the center of the face. And of course, if we can hit it solid, the ball speed goes up. Now we really have something. And one of the things that really helps catch it more in the center of the face is attack angle. And I want to talk about attack angle a little bit right now. Attack angle is measuring the club head in relationship to the ground. I could come into this ball and catch it level. That would be 0 on Trackman, right? Trackman's measuring that. So 0 would be a level strike relative to the ground. Now, if I was hitting down on it, that'd be a negative number, right? -1, 2, 3, see it up to 4, 5, 6, which would be very steep. When we're hitting down on it with a driver, that's not conducive to what we're trying to do downrange as far as distance. So what we want to do is, for so many of you, we want to come in, catch it level, or maybe slightly on the way up, a positive number, say +1, +2, +3. We see players on the PGA Tour, Justin Thomas, right? Dustin Johnson, +4, +5. So they're hitting up on it, right? And that's very much a part of the modern game. So how do we do that, right? Perhaps right now, you're a little too steep. What's causing steepness? Well, I think one of the things that I want to share with you is spine angle. You've heard me talk a lot about left bend, right bend, forward bend, back bend, like that, right? The 4 things that your spine can do. And so many of you, as you come down into impact, your spine is too much to the left. It's in too much left bend. It's in too much forward bend. Right? And look what that's going to do to the club head here. It's going to come down too steep like that. Now I'm exaggerating, but that gives you the idea. The opposite of that would be to be a little more right bend, to be in a little bit more back bend. You hear me talk about like that. You hear me talk a lot about how the spine goes this way, or extension back, right? That's what your spine should be doing through the strike. Look at the difference in my body. You can see how my left shoulder really works up and around rather than the other way, left bend and forward bend, how much lower it is. And that left shoulder working up and around is gonna really help shallow out that attack angle. So that's the first thing, your spine, right bend, and extending in the back bend as we swing through, and that's a great way to feel spine angle. A good drill for that is what we call low to high. If you just take your setup, put the club down on the ground like this, low, and then drag it up to high. Low, drag it up to high, and you get the feeling of right bend and back bend. That's going to help shallow out that attack angle. The second thing, let's go to the target line here, is this left wrist condition. You hear me talk about this a lot. So many of you have that left wrist cupped coming down. Look what that does to the shaft. It starts to steepen it. You counter that left wrist with the spine, now you're really going to be steep. So that left wrist, make sure that we start to shallow or to flatten that out. Right, see this left wrist? It's flattening out. That's going to help the club start to lay down a little bit. Also, that right elbow pinching the left. Really like those two. Right elbow pinching the left, left wrist starting to flatten out. I'm going to exaggerate that. Watch this club. Starts to go more horizontal versus boom. Look at that, cupped, elbows apart, shaft starts to steepen. So we can feel the right elbow. We can feel the left wrist. Right? Just like that. And then we can take that with a little bit of right bend and a little bit of extension through the strike. Counter that with a tee height where the ball is going to be about a half a ball above the face. And wow, we're set up for success here. We got more club head speed, and now we're going to shallow out that attack angle. Come on, Tom, come in here. Look at the tee. I took that right off the tee. I hit up on that a little bit. My attack angle is about +1 or 2. So if you can shallow out the attack angle and you can make it positive, what is that going to mean to you in the way of distance? Well, check out this chart. Here's the Trackman driver fitting chart, carry optimizer. And this is a really neat chart to give you a feel for what attack angle can do for you. Now, on the left is club head speed, starting at 75, going to 95. At the end of the show, I'll share with you the chart that goes from 100 to 120. The second line, attack angle, right here, that's the number that we want to concern her with. You can see each one, -5, 0, +5. -5 is down. You're hitting down on it. 0 is level. +5, you would be hitting on the way up. Now let's come down here to 90 miles an hour. -5, 0, +5. And we're going to come over here to the carry number and look at the difference here. -5, the top line, carrying it 191 yards. 0, 203, +5, 214. So all things being equal, if you went from -5 and you went up to +5, which would be a huge change, but it gives you the idea, that's 23 yards in distance. So as people are hitting down, their attack angle is too steep, which is a lot of you, and you start to shallow out that attack angle, it starts to open up the opportunity for more distance, and it also helps hit more in the center of the face, which can really do wonders for your ball speed. And we know as that ball speed increases, now you're really maximizing all of that club head speed. The energy transfer is really good. Now, the final thing here as a rule of thumb is as you hit down and you come over here to this number here, the launch angle, you can see how -5, you'd be launching at 11, +5, 16. So as you hit up, you can launch the golf ball higher, and as you launch it higher, this next one here, you have the opportunity to spin it less. So you can see that top number, 3,689. That's a lot of spin. And the bottom there, 2,633. So the premise is you want to launch it as high as you can with little spin. And the key to doing that is back to this attack angle, learning how to get the attack angle to shallow it out. I really like this driver fitting chart, as it gives you a good idea of what a good attack angle can do for you in the way of distance. How about that? Increases in distance, 12 to 15 yards on average, just by shallowing out the attack angle. Some of you right now, -1, -2, -3. You start to shallow that out, 0, +1, +2. You're going to see big increases. I've seen it all the way up to 20 yards. Not improving club head speed, just shallowing out the attack angle. It's an important number. Trackman has taught us a lot about it, so pay attention to that attack angle number.
Thanks, Travis.
You're welcome, Justin. Look at these guys back here getting free lessons and just picked up, I think, Justin, 12 to 15 yards. All right, Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And remember, leave a comment if you have any questions, and most importantly, subscribe right here to Travis Fulton Golf so I can help you with your game long term.